There was a section on a fourth grade state reading release test that presented a passage of text. Students were required to read the text and subsequently answer about 5 questions using the text as the reference point for the answers to the 5 questions. It was observed that nearly all white students got all 5 questions correct, but nearly all black students got just about all of the answers incorrect. The passage of text started with, Hamish McBean ate his porridge and put on his kilt. The white students' cultural background and experience enabled them to immediately connect to the story. Black students, on the other hand, could not identify any person with the name Hamish or McBean. Black students knew grits, but not porridge. Black students had no experience with kilts. The story was completely relatable to the white students, and they easily answered the 5 questions accurately. The black students had no experience that enabled them to relate to the story quickly or understand the passage of text without significant labor. Does the students' answers to the 5 questions tell us that the white students were smart and the black students were dumb? No, it does not. It presents us with a problem of cultural bias. Cultural bias can come into play for any cultural group. If a test uses language that is biased toward Chinese students' cultural background, white students, black students, or Hispanic students may have difficulty with the test. As charter school board members, charter school administrators, and charter school teachers, you must understand bias and how it can impact educational outcomes. When you have a classroom with 25 students with 2 or more cultural backgrounds, research suggests that the group of students that has a greater affinity with the teacher's cultural background seem to have higher achievement. Whether this phenomena is the result of unconscious or intentional bias has to be examined if the school's goal is to educate all students and obtain high performance. Teachers must be trained to understand and detect bias, not only in the text and materials and tests, but also in themselves. Culturally responsive teachers recognize that inherent bias is part of the human experience. High-quality teachers recognize human bias and develop those professional skills that are necessary to eliminate it to the extent possible in their teaching practices. These teachers also recognize the need to help students understand cultural bias and develop effective strategies to overcome it. Human bias may never be completely eliminated, but we can all learn how to mitigate it when it appears. Schools should have professional development around the Hamish McBean problem. If you look closely, you find the Hamish McBean problem in student textbooks, literature in the school library, among the school staff, on the school board, and essentially everywhere in our diverse society.